In the board game First Contact, the players split into two teams, Earthlings and Aliens. The Earthlings will offer various items hoping to get into the good graces of the aliens, who in turn will try to explain to the Earthlings what they want. The game will have a minimum of 2 winners, 1 Earthling and 1 alien. The aliens' goal is to be the first to collect the necessary number of items, and for the Earthlings, it's to get the most benevolence tokens. Before the start of the game, split into teams. The alien team can have a maximum of 3 players, and the Earthling team can have a maximum of 4. We will discuss the special rules for 2 to 3 player games a bit later. The teams take seats at the table opposite each other, shuffle the deck of item cards, and place 25 cards in the middle of the table to form a 5x5 square. The alien team receives 1 random alien language pad and 1 random assignment card. Choose which side you will play with, easy side A or hard side B. In addition, the alien team receives a drawing pad, an alien screen, and 1 marker. Each alien chooses a color and takes the matching benevolence tokens. Note that the red player is always the first to take a turn, followed by the blue player. Each player on the Earthling team receives a notepad, a voting pad, an Earthling screen, and a marker. The first to go on the Earthling team is the one who knows the most languages, or you can choose randomly. You are ready to go. If you are playing the game for the first time, or if you have only 2 players on the Earthling team, we recommend that you take a so-called zero turn. This will make the game easier. In the zero turn, each Earthling asks the aliens to draw the symbol for a characteristic chosen by the Earthling. For example, the first Earthling could ask how to write tool, the second one, how to write alive, and the third one, valuable. In response, the aliens must draw the symbols of all those characteristics, providing startup symbols for the game. All the symbols must be visible to all the Earthlings. On the alien team, the winner is the first player to obtain 3 items they need. On the Earthling team, the winner is the player who has obtained the most benevolence tokens. The game consists of several rounds, each divided into the Earthlings phase and Aliens phase. During this phase, the Earthlings take turns trying to learn the alien language, starting with the first player and going clockwise. On their turn, each Earthling rotates some of the item's cards 90 degrees that they think are related to each other by one of the common characteristics listed on their notepad. You can rotate from 1 to 5 cards. For example, I want to indicate the characteristic round, so I rotate grapes, a pearl, a bowl, and, say, a wagon. The aliens try to figure out which characteristic exactly the Earthling meant, and then in response, draw a symbol on their pad representing that characteristic. These actions can be seen by all players, including the symbols drawn by the aliens. The Earthlings can write all the symbols drawn by the aliens in the empty spaces of their personal notepads. In addition, each pad has a cell named Unknown Symbols. If you are not completely sure of the meaning of a symbol, you can write it in that cell until it is clear to you. We also recommend that all aliens mark the symbols given to the Earthlings later on. This information will come in handy during the alien phase. After all the Earthlings have taken their turn, the alien phase begins. Now the aliens will take turns, starting with the first, red player, and then going in order. The alien writes to the Earthlings in their language, using the symbols from the language pad to describe one item they need. The alien can draw 1 or more symbols representing the characteristics that they think the item they need possesses. For example, Alien Mike wants the Earthlings to bring him a hammer. On the pad, he draws the symbols for tools, dangerous, and metal. The Earthlings may not know some of the symbols yet, but this information may be useful to them later on, so they can copy them to their pads for future use. After that, all Earthlings secretly mark on the pads hidden behind their screens the item on the table that they believe this alien needs. When everyone is ready, the Earthlings lay their pads in front of their screens. If any of them has offered the required item, the alien gives them a benevolence token and covers that item on the field with a second token to show that this item has already been received. If several Earthlings offer the required item at the same time, the alien gives each of them a benevolence token. If any Earthlings have unknowingly offered the alien an item that a different alien wants, then nothing happens. The item has to be offered during the turn of the alien who wants it. If any Earthlings offered an item that is different from the one the alien requested, but which that alien needs anyway, they still get a benevolence token. They failed to understand the alien, of course, but accidentally brought something the alien needs. Thus, an alien can receive several useful items from the Earthlings during the same turn. The alien covers each received item with their own token and thanks the Earthlings with benevolence tokens. After every alien has completed their turn for this phase, the next phase begins, an Earthling phase, and so forth, until one of the aliens collects all 3 items they need. You may feel that you need to use the idea of not during the game. To apply this concept to a symbol, just draw a horizontal line above it. For example, you want to explain the word pharaoh. You could use the power symbol, but this symbol could also apply to the pyramid. Unfortunately, the Earthlings do not know the symbol for human yet, but they already know the symbol for big. So you can draw the power symbol and the big symbol with a horizontal line above it. Now this symbol reads, not big. The game stops as soon as one of the aliens collects 3 items they need. This alien is declared the winner on their team. After that, each Earthling team member counts how many benevolence tokens they have received. The player who collected the largest number of tokens is declared the winner among the Earthlings. If there are several such players, the Earthlings need to find out who has the best command of the alien language. To do this, they get 1 minute to decide if they are sure of the meanings for all the symbols on their pad. You can erase any symbols that you doubt. When the minute is over, all the Earthlings raise their screens and compare their notepads against the alien language pad. Each symbol written correctly gives 1 point to that Earthling. The Earthling with the greatest number of correct symbols wins the draw. There is a special mode for a 2 or 3 player game. If 2 players play the game, one of them is an Earthling and the other one is an alien. If 3 players play the game, 2 players become Earthlings and the third one becomes an alien. Prepare for the game as usual, with a few exceptions. The alien takes an assignment card and must place it with the side B up. The alien arranges 9 red benevolence tokens in a line in front of them. Then the alien takes all the green and blue tokens. The alien will use the green ones to cover the items on the table they receive, and the blue ones to reward the Earthlings. The Earthlings have a common goal, to offer items to the alien and obtain as much benevolence as they can. If there are 2 Earthlings in the game, 3 players total, the Earthling with the greatest number of these tokens wins. The alien's goal is to collect all 8 items marked in green on the assignment card before they run out of red benevolence tokens. They lose 1 of these each round. Each item marked in black on the assignment card costs them an extra red benevolence token if the Earthlings offer it to them during the alien phase. In a 2-player game, the Earthling will have 2 attempts to guess what the alien requested during their phase instead of just 1. Make the guesses one by one. The second attempt is not required. Be careful about the black items. Each of them brings the game closer to the end. If you are not absolutely sure, you can refuse the second attempt. The game ends in either of these 2 cases. The alien has collected all 8 items required, or the alien has to discard a red benevolence token but has none available. Use the table on page 11 of the rules to see how successful you were in the game. That's it! We wish you success in mastering the aliens' language and smart humans.